I rotate a figure about a point and not the origin? I'm glad you asked. It's your girl Tiffany with Tiffany's Tutoring and Consulting LLC, and we're guiding you through these education streets. All right, so this is a problem that I saw a lot when I was a teacher of geometry in the classroom. This was a big issue for a lot of students. They knew how to kind of rotate about the origin, but when it was on a point, it was kind of like they were fighting for their lives. So I'm going to give you a technique that involves understanding the quadrants and ordered pairs in the quadrants, and that also helps with your understanding of how to rotate the actual figure. Okay, so we're going to start off labeling our quadrants. Our quadrants are labeled in a counterclockwise method. So I have quadrant 1, which x is positive, y is positive. Remember, ordered pair is an x first, then the y. In quadrant 2, x is negative, y is positive. Quadrant 3, x is negative, y is negative. Quadrant 4, x is positive, y is negative. This is very important, not only for this, but anything dealing with coordinate geometry. You have to understand how the quadrants are. This is basic information for coordinate geometry. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and erase that so that we can have space to actually rotate. Okay, and there's other ways to rotate, but I find this is the easiest way for students to actually remember how to do it without memorizing a ton of formulas. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at how we're rotating. We're rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise. So it's counter the clock, and it's about the figure points D. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a fake origin. So I already have my fake origin ready to go. So you see here, boom, my fake Y and my fake X. The reason I'm doing this, because I know like, why are you doing a fake origin? And I'm glad you asked. I'm doing that so that I can use my rules of rotating on the origin. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase this for us so we have space. So on my fake origin, D is the point of rotation. So that's going to be 0, 0. Then I'm going to go ahead and label my points as if I were on the fake origin. So that's going to be 1, 2 to the left, 2 up. So that's going to be negative 2, comma 2 for point A. For point B, it's going to be 2 to the right, 5 up. So that's going to be positive 2, positive 5. And then C is 4 to the right, 1 up, 4, comma 1. All right, we're doing great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate. So if I'm rotating counterclockwise, let's start with point A, correct? So I'm at point A and I'm rotating counterclockwise. Each quadrant is 90 degrees. So if I'm in quadrant number 2, 90 degrees will be quadrant number 3. Okay, so I got to keep that in mind. But the first thing I'm going to look at is that I do want to flip my coordinates for 90 degrees and 270 degrees. So I'm going to flip my coordinates. Now you might be asking, now wait a minute, that is not an ordered pair in quadrant 3, and you're right. We're just going to make it fit. We're just going to make that 2 a negative. Boom. So A prime is going to be at negative 2 using the fake origin. Start at the origin, go over 2, go down 2. Boom. A prime. Here's the great part. I'm not going to have to move these points anymore. All right, perfect. B prime. So I'm starting at B. Again, B is in quadrant 1. 90 degrees counterclockwise is quadrant 2. So I'm going to flip my coordinates first. Remember 90, I always flip those coordinates and make it fit. So that's going to be negative 5 and 2. So starting at the fake origin, negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 2, 1, 2. Boom. B prime. All right, same thing with C. C is in the same condition as B. It's in quadrant 1. It's going to go to quadrant 2. Flip the coordinates. And then I'm going to pause for you to tell me what that sign should be. Okay, hopefully you're back and you picked that should be a negative 1. Very good, because that's quadrant 2. And then D prime is the origin because I'm rotating on that point. So that stays there as 0, 0. So we're almost done. Okay, oh, let me go ahead and mark C prime. So start again at the origin, negative 1, go up 4. That's C prime. All right. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and connect your rectangle if you would like to. We may do that at the end, but it's more important for us to understand the coordinate plane and the points. All right. Now that I have everything plotted, remember I said I wouldn't move it. I didn't lie to you. We're not going to move anything else but that fake origin. So we're going to take the fake origin, move it out the way. Like Ludacris, move it out the way. Anyway, take away the fake origin. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our points for our real origin. And here's the great part about it. Now we have the real origin. We just look at where the points are. So if I look at A prime, that's at negative 1, negative 1. If I go to B prime, that's at -4, 3. If I go to C prime, that's at 0, 5. And D is actually at 1, 1. So this is the rotation of our figure on the coordinate plane about the point D. And again, you see that was not that bad, right? That was not that bad at all for us to go ahead and rotate the figure. Again, you can connect the dots. I'll connect the dots here. Don't judge me. This is just a very rough connection. But what we really needed and what we got is we got the coordinates for our rotated figure, and we did not use a convoluted or a complicated formula. All right, guys, hope that helps. If you have other ideas, drop them in the comments and like and share this video. I'll get with you guys later on some other concepts. Peace.